on me cause I'm in the game. Triple double ever scored. Spit the check up on the chain. Flood the diamonds they imported.
Welcome to the Shado After Dark show. I'm your host through this midnight madness, Shado the gold-toothed villain, leader of the Water Nation, the Zion Panther, and I got my lovely co-host with me, Jeno. Say what's up to the people.
Yes, I'm Jen Ontai, O-N-T-A-I. I'm here and we're excited for tonight because we got some juicy stuff to talk about.
We do got some juicy stuff to talk about. We got some people been in my DMs acting up, man, and you know how I get in my DMs to go down. So we got some juicy stuff to talk about today. We're going to talk about how the Disney Channel is grooming our young women to think that Prince Charming is going to come swoop them off their feet. We're going to talk about jealous exes. We're going to get into the nitty-gritty. We're going to get into some real juicy topics today.
Don't get real raw.
Yes. So before we get started, make sure you guys tune in MusicClan.com, MUZIC, MusicClan.com. You can find all the content. Make sure you check out the Music Clan Media YouTube. We're going to release all of our episodes on the Music Clan Media YouTube going forward. So subscribe. There's other podcasts, other music and everything you guys can check out there. So that being said, plug it in, just like like an incense. Who do that? Plug it in. Who do that?
Febreze, Febreze, like their little scentsy thing.
Yeah, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Febreze. But anyways, we're gonna get into it. I don't know if you've seen around the town the billboards for the Frozen musical, you know, this huge Broadway hit, whatever they're talking about. Yeah. All these kids love Frozen. My niece loves Frozen. I love Frozen. Yeah. And there you go. That's my issue right there. There you go. Exactly. And speaking of Frozen, you know, and it's not only the Disney Channel. I'm just using Disney Channel. I like to say the Disney Channel complex, but it's not a shot at Disney Channel. It is just essentially how young women in America are groomed to have this ideology that, a Prince Charming has to come and save them. You know, so a man that has everything together and their life fully together has to come and fight dragons and conquer the world in order to come halfway across the globe to sweep you off your feet and kiss you and run off to the sunset and happily ever after. You know, that's right. Yeah. But I have an issue with that. Yeah. I have an issue with that because it's all fun and games when you're young. Mm-hmm. When you fantasize about finding somebody and and relationships aren't that serious, or you've just experienced puppy love, right, where it's like no matter who it is, your first love is your Prince Charming. Yeah. No matter how good, bad, evil, great he is or she is, your first love, you perceive them as that Prince Charming or you know, as that figure. Now as we get older, you start to realize that it's not all cut and dry like that. It's not that easy to just go out and now as a man, first off, to go out and fight all these battles, jump over all these hoops to, you know, just to court somebody. That's olden times, because nowadays you don't necessarily put in all that work and stay with the person. Right. You know, you don't necessarily put in all of that work and them appreciate everything you did for them, fight over hell and high water for them. You know, it still might not be the situation you thought it was going to be. So that's my issue with the Disney Channel complex, is that I just believe that the way that they perceive all these, and mind you, they're starting to do better now. They're starting to have a little more warrior princesses and all that, fight, do your own thing, whatever. But back in the day, Cinderella, Snow White, what's old girl's name? Yeah, exactly. The bitch slept, man. The bitch ain't do shit but sleep. How's she supposed to get saved?
See,
come on.
And here's my problem is, why is Disney Channel making us women look so weak? Like, shit.
Right,
like, why we gotta have a man save us? Like, as you were saying, now it's starting to change. You got Merida, and she says, I'll fight for my own kingdom.
Yes.
You know, like, nobody will stand in my way of marriage. And I agree. You know what? Fight for your freedom. But my thing with Disney Channel, here's my thing, is they've got this interpretation of we've got to find our Prince Charming, but all them parents, like, what Disney Channel movie do you know where both the parents are there?
Oh.
There's either one mom, one dad, or the parents are dead.
Oh, yeah? I didn't even think about that. They be coming from broken homes?
Andy's mom from Toy Story. It's just Andy's mom. Sleeping Beauty's got the evil stepmom because, you know, the dad died. Snow White, same thing. Cinderella's an orphan.
Cinderella would have been in the system.
Yeah. Princess Belle only has her dad.
Ooh.
Princess Jasmine only has her dad. Like, all these princesses and people coming from broken ass families.
What about old girl from Princess and the Frog?
Wasn't she? I
don't remember. But I'm
just
trying to throw out a black one and see if she comes from a good home.
It don't even really talk about her parents. I think it mostly talks about her dad because she's a chef in the kitchen in the bistro cafe, and then she becomes, you know, she kisses the toad.
Yeah, she fall for that dumb shit.
Like, they all come from broken families, but they're preaching about how you got to find your Prince Charming. Like, well, y'all motherfuckers didn't make it work.
And
like,
the problem is
you can't even run your own kingdom together.
And the problem with that is all of these Prince Charmings come from money.
Yep.
Come from privilege.
Yep.
Come from, you know, they put a high expectation on us boys, on us men, to have to be established.
Right.
Have a kingdom, or at least even if you're not a rich prince or anything like that, have all of the ladies gawking over you in order for you to have some sort of dominance over them, control over them. But we see in real life that's not the case.
Yeah.
Prime example number one, Meghan Markle.
Yeah.
The prince, I don't know if she's a princess. I don't know what she is. You know, y'all in the UK still do that queen stuff. So I don't know the correct terms. Do not get upset if I represent you or I mispronounce your term. Okay, my bad. All right, we're all kings and queens over here. That's how we do it. But you guys actually have those ranks. But Meghan Markle married, mind you, she's an American actress.
Right.
I think she has a divorce. I think she went through a previous marriage already. You know, had a child, and she's biracial.
Yeah.
Now the prince, which one did she marry?
Isn't that Prince Harry? Prince Hen? I don't know.
Yeah,
something like that.
Right. We'll mix them together. Henry. Henry, whatever.
Why should not even start with an H?
I gotta start with an H. We'll call him Prince H. We'll call him Prince Ha. We'll call him that. We'll call him Prince Ha. Fuck it. So Meghan and Prince Ha finally break the barriers of the royal family because she was never supposed to even be able to be with somebody like that. Which, in the Disney Channel, none of the women are really privilege. The women don't really come from much, you know, which is interesting because in real life, the men, like privileged rich men, don't really go after, you know, impoverished, you know, women that don't really have status or money, whatever, you know. Some will do it. Some are thirsty enough, you know. But normally, you know, they try and go for somebody that's going to help the family out, help the stature out of the family. In this case, this is the prime example of Disney Channel. It's a Prince Charming gets with a hardworking, you know, woman that doesn't come from that privilege, and they end up recently distancing themselves from the royal family.
Right.
I don't know if you heard about that. Yeah, you know. And I'm not saying that it's her fault or it's his fault or it's the royal family's fault. I'm not saying it's anybody's fault in particular, but I'm just saying that is a prime example of the Disney Channel complex coming into fruition in real life and it playing out in today's modern day. Mm-hmm. And they ended up leaving the family. Yeah. You know? Yeah. So where I'm at with that Disney Channel complex is like, I just believe that women, first and foremost, need to not play that princess role.
Right.
I think women have the capability to go out and get it and be just as capable as the princes and just as capable. I think women should strive to be queens and kings. Like, you know, I understand. Is there a gender role on king and queen?
I don't know.
I don't know. Like,
I don't know.
We'll leave that alone. We'll say women can be king and queens. We'll give it to y'all. Y'all can be whatever y'all want, you know. But that being said, I think women should strive to be a queen or a king. Be that. Don't strive to be a princess anymore. I feel like that's what's repetitively keeping women in the loop of, oh, well, he ain't good enough for me. He's not going to be able to buy me my house. He's not going to be able to buy me that Benz. He's not going to be able to do this for me. When I feel like it should be something where you guys build together. You need to find somebody that has essentially qualities of a king, but doesn't have to be there. They don't have to be in that position.
Right. I agree completely. And I think that also comes down to women just need to know that they can do it. You know, women were given the right to vote. We earned that right. We had to fight through it. You know what? We're going to fight for the rest of our damn lives. Like, we're going to keep going. We're going to keep having to prove ourselves. We're going to keep having to prove that, you know, we can be kings, we can be queens, and we can run this kingdom. Like, we can. We just got to find it in ourselves. And that's anybody as a person, whether you're a man or a woman at the end of the day. Yeah,
exactly. And well, what's your favorite Disney channel?
Right now, mine's Moana. Just because I feel like that movie's about me. That's like my little inner self.
You got an inner Moana.
I gotta find the heart of Tafiti. That's me. I ain't trying to find no prince. I'm trying to save the world.
You're not waiting for nobody to come and rescue you and take you to the promised land and all that.
No, because you know what, and it goes beyond Disney Channel like fairy tales. Because I mean, okay, as you get older and you stop watching cartoons, you go into real Disney Channel. I mean, there's Cory and Topanga. I grew up on that shit. Ooh. Boy Meets World. Like, I grew up. You gonna be my Topanga or The Notebook? You know, everybody's trying to find their Allie and they're Noah Calhoun, you know, or Twilight even. Like, there's some kind of, you know, whether you team Edward, team Jacob. At the end of the day, every girl and you know what?
Twilight
in some
girl
way,
was a little fast.
And this is the dynamic. Fast. Every girl's looking for their Prince Charming, looking for the man to build their life with. And you know what? Every man's looking for that girl to sit back on a Sunday afternoon, watch the game, and drink a beer with.
But we got different expectations than y'all. You know, we're not looking for a queen. Yeah. You know, I mean, some of us are, obviously. But in the general sense, we're not looking for a woman that has to have the status of being a queen or a dominant woman. Right. And I feel like women have the expectation, well, if he doesn't have these certain things, he ain't shit. You know, like he got too many baby mamas, he ain't shit. You know, he driving a hoopty or they ain't got a car, he ain't shit. You know, he ain't.
I mean, it goes even down to what shoes you got on. Yeah. Like, you got Nikes or you got Jordans? What team?
You ain't good. You ain't got a job. You ain't shit. Like it's shit like that. But with men, like, girl, you ain't got a job. It's okay. I hope you get one. I got
I'll treat you like a queen. They ain't looking for a queen. They're looking to find someone to treat like a queen.
Exactly. So that's a little interesting topic that I wanted to get into because I kept seeing the Frozen all over the city, and I was like, I know this is marketing for the musical, but there's a deeper message hidden behind this, and mind you, I think Frozen. She actually comes from money, though. I think.
Frozen. This is the one thing I will say about Frozen is they focus a lot. They do focus on true love. You know, they've got that aspect, but they do focus on the bond between the two sisters. Right. You know, because really what unfroze the whole kingdom was the love between the two sisters, and not the love between her and her she thought was her true love. But I mean, there is that dynamic. But yes, they both did come from money. They both came from a kingdom.
Oh, because she did have a prince, huh? Or she did.
Yeah. So the two sisters, they did come from the kingdom, and then one finds the prince. Literally, she meets him in 20 minutes, and they're getting married to unite their kingdoms. Ooh. And that's there's the expectation right there that you got to find your true love. And I will say Frozen did a good job at even commenting on that. And I think because of the way things are changing, I think Disney is starting to realize that people are saying, you know, you can't live your life finding a Prince Charming. That's not how it works. Because I know there's a comment of, yeah, I found my true love. We're going to get married. And I've known him for 20 minutes. And the guy's like, you met him for 20 minutes and you're married? Like, you're engaged?
Right, exactly.
So I will give them that. Like, they're starting to get a little bit of insight.
It's not like it used to be, it's not it's not like it used to be. And that segues me into the next topic, because when people do that, it causes unnecessary pressure and sometimes dysfunction between the relationship. Especially young marriages or young couples that move in too early or commit too fast. They end up the fire burns so bright and so fast, and they love so hard, and then it fans out, and you're left with what's the word I'm looking for? Like animosity. You feel some sort of way toward the person that you thought was going to be there for the rest of your life, and how could we not be together? This has to be your fault, or you made me not be the person I wanted to be. The different situations like that. So, and we all have them. We all have those exes that you thought you were going to be with forever, and it just seemed like the Disney Channel love, and you guys were going to take it the distance, and then boom, out of nowhere, a mysterious text pop up, or you looking through somebody's phone, and boom, a comment popped up, or a picture even popped up that broke the foundation of your relationship. And because a situation like that happens, you have one of two ways to react. You can react
off emotion.
I was about to say, you can react like a wild child and act crazy and turn up and be like, that's unacceptable, and fight them, and y'all can get into a fist fight, domestic violence call, one of y'all go to jail. Y'all know how it goes. Or you can respond where you take a step back with logic, and you think about it, and you think about, so why is my significant other stepping out? Or not even stepping out. Why is my significant other not focused 100% on me and on this relationship that we have built,
Yeah. And I think it goes a lot with, too, I mean, there's two sides of it. There's one, is it really, are you picking up signs from the other person? Or two, is this an insecurity within yourself? A lot of jealous, a lot of insecurities, a lot of crazy jealous, over obsessive behaviors is because it's an insecurity within ourselves. It's something that, we're not secure in. So why do we not trust that? What in us, or what trauma in us that we haven't gotten through or dealt with or healed through is making me project this? Because It can be that way.
That's a good point. And I like how you touched on projecting, because I feel like that's a big part of it. You projecting, oh, my significant other did something that I would never do. Yeah. So because you did that, you're in the fault, and you broke this relationship, and we do, instead of coming at it like, so why did this person do that? Yeah. I would never. Mm-hmm. But they obviously will. Yeah. So why? Yep. What's making them do that? Or what made them do that? And you can move forward. There's things you can move. There's ways you can move forward and all that. But once it's gone, it's a little bit harder. And once there's like animosity and there's resentment or hate or spite, then it's a whole different story. And you can't really reconnect like you used to. Yeah.
It's almost like kind of like when you're with a sibling, or you share a room with somebody and you spend so much time with them, and so much time, like you start to just, every little thing about them, their different behaviors, different things they do. And it gets to the point where like you need to have that space and those boundaries, because the littlest things that you do are going to piss me off and just drive me nuts. And if you don't have that balance, like y'all are just going to clash and clash and clash, and then you're going to butt heads, and then that's when insecurities come in and the tensions, and it's like, I need to get away, I need to get out. That's when
and then they won't let you out. Yep. No, you're not leaving. We're gonna talk this out. Mm-hmm. And then you're like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go take a shower. Yep. You hop in the shower, but old boy took all the hot water, and then you snap. Yeah, I told you not to take the fucking hot water. And then you march into the living room, and you sock old boy in his lip, and he's like, wait, I wanted to talk, but it's too late by then, and resentment. Do you now, I have went through this. Now let me mind you. But listen, I'm the type to, I don't like confrontation within my relationships. Mm-hmm. You know, I like to talk things out, but I feel like if we can solve this problem with just space, with just hey, like, mm-hmm. I understand you're mad, I'm mad, or vice versa, or one of us is mad and the other one's not. I'm a firm believer in, if we give it some time, mm-hmm. and we can both come back to the table with a new energy
and a clear mind,
right, and a clear mind, and we don't have to go through that, I'm all for it. I'm all for doing that. But I do understand that communication is key in relationships. So some people need to talk it out, or some people need to address it. Mm-hmm. And if both parties aren't ready to address it, that's when you get crazy domestic violence situations. You know. But that's what I'm like. I don't know what type you are, but that's like my type, and it irritates the girls I talk to, because girls love to talk. Girls want to talk it out. Girls, well, why don't you talk to me? Yeah. Why don't you just tell me that you love me? And I'm like, baby, I love you, but right now I need I need a break, babe. I need to go. I'm gonna go with the boys. I'm gonna smoke on some. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna fuck you right. We're gonna do it. Come on, baby.
Yeah. See, I'm a Scorpio, so I like, if I'm pissed and I'm mad, like, you don't want to talk to me. Like, it's
not a good idea.
Yeah, like, if I'm mad and I'm heated, like, let me cool off. Like, because I am that type of person. I don't like confrontation. I don't like arguing. I like, let's talk communicatively. Let's talk and communicate, but let's talk calmly. Let's talk in a clear mind. But if we talk right now when I'm heated and you're heated, you're going to say something that's going to set me on fire, and I'm going to come pop the fuck off right back.
Even if they're not trying to be petty?
No.
Even if they're not like... Because some people are petty like that. Like, when you're mad, then they're like, oh, well, she's mad. Fuck it. I'm going to just make her more mad.
Yeah,
you know?
That sounds like my ex. For real. This sounds way too familiar to me. But I'm the type of person, like, you gotta let me calm down. Like, let me calm down, let me collect myself, because I will fire back. Like, and you don't want to get in an argument with me, because I can fire back with some shots. I can. And I don't want to. Like, I don't want to say something that I'm going to regret. But if you force me to have a conversation when I'm heated and I ain't ready, like, you're going to hear something that's going to hurt your feelings, and then I'm probably going to get pissed because you're going to spark back at me, say something that's going to piss me off, and we're going to keep going. So I'm the type of person, okay, let me talk, let me go walk around the block, let me smoke my cigarette, let me call and bitch my girl for a minute, like, oh my God, this motherfucker, blah, 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 let me vent and let off some steam, and then let's come and let's talk and let's figure it out. But, I mean, if you're trying to go head on with that, like, that's when shit does get toxic and domestic violence does get in the way.
Have you ever ended a relationship on that note because of that situation? Has it gotten that far for you?
Yes. Oh yes. Yeah. And then that's a topic for another episode for sure. For sure. I mean, that's something I do want to touch on. But I mean, and that's when you've got to get to the point of, your sanity at this point, because when it gets to that point and you're getting to the point where it's just toxic and you're just butting head and you can't communicate, like, you got to draw the line. You've got to say, there's obviously a deeper issue within both of you guys as individuals that you can't communicate. There's obviously some kind of trauma in this party and some trauma in this party, and for some reason we can't communicate, or we're triggering each other in some way. So, I mean, I've had to call it quits. I've had to end the relationship because it got toxic, and it got to the point where it's like, you know what, let you go deal with what you need to do. You deal with what you need, because we obviously know the needs that we have and they're not being met, but we know how they can be fulfilled, and that's just not in us within each other. Right. I'm not that love language, and you're not that love language.
That's interesting. So from shaky point, from when you start to have little fits and nothing crazy, just little annoyances and hindrances, to full blown, I'm about to spike this boy's drink so he ain't gonna wake up tomorrow. How long do you think that takes? Because mind you, a lot of people go past that. They will stay in the abusive relationship, stay in the mistreated relationship for as long as they feel like it takes for their significant other to reach salvation.
For me, I feel like as somebody who's been through an abusive relationship, someone who's been through domestic violence, it did take a lot. And you know what? A lot of that is, for anyone who is a victim, I think will relate. It takes a lot to be able to come out and want to step up and admit that. To admit that to yourself, because I mean, this is supposed to be your man or your woman, you know, your person that you're supposed to spend your life with and build your life with, that's supposed to love you and nurture you and take care of you, and you don't want to believe that. Right. You don't want to believe like this man that that's supposed to be my Prince Charming is not, and he's not being the person that he's supposed to be, or even me. You know, it made me do a lot of self-reflecting on myself of, okay, what am I doing, or what inside of me am I not dealing with that's making me react this way, or making me feel like I don't have the strength to move past it, or to be, you know, not be in this toxic relationship. And not only that, but maybe it was toxic for him too. You know, maybe there was things in myself that brought out things in him that necessarily.
Ooh, you know, that's a good point. Yeah, like, if one of you generates a toxic habit, but before you guys were good, and then because you generate that toxic habit, you contaminated your significant other. Now both of you are toxic when I can say, I can openly admit, like, you know what, there was some shit I probably should have dealt with before I jumped into any relationship. There was some demons I should have dealt with, that I should have, you know, faced, that I didn't, that probably did bring a lot of insecurities and emotions into that relationship that I did kind of bring into that may have, you know, brought in a different side out of him. And that's when that's why I preach, you know what, anyone as an individual, like, deal with your shit, deal
dude.
With your
like,
shit. Self-reflect.
Yes, like, reflect.
Call Jen for a card reading. She will let you know what demons are inside you.
You know, for real, like, when you've been through some shit, like, deal with it in life. You know, that person that broke your heart, whether it's your mom, your dad, your sibling, your friend, your lover, you know, whoever it is, like, you got to deal with that.
Your dog. White people are crazy about these dogs.
You know, like, whatever your loss or trauma is, like, deal with your demons, dude, because you'll just project that onto other people, and you don't want to hurt other people and take them down with you.
Yeah, you don't want to carry that baggage with you. It's not a good look. And the next person that does come along has to work twice as hard to even get to the level where they should have been when they met you. You know, yeah. So that toxic shit and that damaged shit is really bad. So make sure you guys out there deal with your issues, deal with your demons, deal with your heartbreaks before you commit to somebody else. You know. And same thing if you're dealing with somebody and you notice that they have demons or they have issues, you know. If you can save them, save them. Some of y'all are superheroes. I understand. Some of y'all really are. Some of us are not. Some of us cannot fly, shoot laser beams, none of that. We can't do none of that. We're just basic, all right? So that being said, in a situation where, let's say it's toxic, y'all break up, time goes by, you've healed. Let's say not, yeah, let's say you, okay, time is healed. You guys are cool, but you guys know you guys will never be together again.
Right.
You guys can stay friends, which, yes, men and women can be friends without fucking each other.
Yes, they can.
I hate when people say that, man. Like, and men do this a lot. Men love talking about that. Like, no, that can't be your friend. No, we can't be friends, girl. I'm trying to do like, nah, you can be friends, bro.
I get that shade so much because most of my friends are guys. For real, most of my friends.
And girls hate that shit when you got a guy.
Like, for real.
But in this situation, okay, y'all, you guys are friends now. Years go by, or no, we won't give it a timeline because I need to know the timeline in your perspective. Time goes by. All of a sudden, you see your homie at the movies or at the restaurant with your ex. How you feeling?
Oh, it depends on the ex and it depends on the friend. Oh, for real, because if like that's my ride or die girl,
a good friend.
If that's my best friend, my ride or die girl, and you're with like one of my like distinctive exes, like, what are you doing? Like, if it's this is when if it's somebody like maybe I went on a few dates, I hung out, maybe hooked up a couple times, and I probably don't care. Okay. But if I had like a genuine relationship,
for how long? would it have to be? How long would the relationship have to be for then your friends to be like,
I don't know if length matters, because I feel like you can love someone in a short amount of time. Like,
yeah, but I don't care if my friend loves.
I think it matters the seriousness of the relationship I had. Like, if I was consistently like dating this person, like Facebook official, like you met my family type shit, like, yeah, you should not be fucking around with my best friend.
Yeah, but let's put it in this situation, because you don't think time matters. I think time matters. Let's say y'all fucking around you guys date
at least
for 6
months.
Yeah, let's say 6 months. It's, like 6 months. So it's not like you guys are gonna get married and run off into the sunset, because 6 months really ain't shit, But you guys were committed in those 6 months, and then 2 years goes by.
Yeah.
And now let's say your friend is like, hey, blase blah hit me and wants to take me out.
I guess that's happened.
Is that okay? It's happened to a lot of people. It's happened to, and mind you, it's not only in this situation. It's the same thing with like trying to date your friend's siblings.
Yeah.
I've done that. I've went to my boy like, hey bro, your sister is bad, bro. I'll treat her right. Yeah, I will make your mama and your daddy happy for her to be with me. I don't know if I can bring my sister around you now. Can I? She got to be my type for me to be that bold though. And my old boy's sister was my type, and it was, can I get the green light? Can I get the go ahead? And everybody's first reaction is, hell no. Yeah. No, not at all. Nope, not at all. Nope, not at all. And it took a couple times, 2, 3, 4 times, and I kept asking him, like, bro, just let me. And mind you, I was respectful. I didn't approach her at all until I got at least a soft yes. Shit, low key, a soft no. If you don't say no hard enough, bro, I might I'm gonna be like, he wasn't tripping. You feel me? So in a situation like that, I feel like time frame does matter. I know you don't think time frame matters. So where in a situation like that would you need to take into accountability?
I think for me, it would be like, okay, so what friend is it? And were you coming around me and my friend, like, while we were seeing each other? Because then I would question, like, were you really coming around for me or for my friend?
No, but that's what I'm saying. None of that snake shit. Your friend respected your relationship. Your friend knew what it was. Your friend probably dated other people, or you were dating,
I mean, if he was irrelevant to me at the time, I probably wouldn't care. Like, unless it were somebody that, like, I probably lived with, shared finances
and this is the difference. If you had their child, are they now off limits?
Oh, yeah.
Completely.
My best friend ain't going for none of my baby daddies. I'm sorry. What? Like, you're trying to be the stepmom to my kids?
Hey, I mean, if your kid good enough, talk about y'all, me and you can both raise the child. Yeah. Come on, we best friends, friend parents,
that would just
twin
be
parents.
Weird.
Y'all girls do that.
Weird to me, though. Like, that would just be weird to me. That'd be like some sister wife shit to me.
And you know where we're at. People do that shit here. People do that shit here.
I know.
And where I'm at, let's say my ex, because for my ex, it's probably been a good 6 months. I don't know if it's been quite a year, but it's been a good 6 months since we've separated. If any of my friends try to holler at her right now, I'd be salty.
Yeah.
I'd be salty because in my eyes, I feel like we both need to establish that we've moved on.
Yeah.
In order for me to have closure, in order for me to let you go back to the market.
Yeah.
But until then, if I haven't seen you date nobody since me, or I haven't dated nobody since you, we still got something there that nobody on my side can come and touch. So what if
she were to try to holler at one of your homies? Because that's happened to me. My ex, when we broke up, literally a couple weeks later, he was sliding in my best friend's DMs like, girl, your eyes got me weak. Like, what?
And you know what's interesting is during the relationship, we had an issue like this.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like a cheating or anything, but she had messaged one of my boys on a dating app. Ugh. So there was 2 problems, obviously.
Yeah, why you got a dating profile?
I lost my mind. I said, hold on, first off, why the fuck you still got your app available?
Yeah.
Like, How is your app still open?
And second, why are you messaging?
Right. And second of all, mind you, I don't know if she knew or whatever, but he knew, and him being my boy, sent me the fucking screenshot and called me and was like, hey, bro, you know that your girl is messaging me. I don't know what it's about. Like, you know, I got a girl too, so I don't know what she's thinking. It was confusing. So I said, bro, I'm gonna handle it. Appreciate you, bro. And so I went into the room right then and there. I said, I got a problem. I said 2 things. First off, why are you still on dating apps? This is crazy as hell. What do you do with word dating? What the fuck you need an app for? Yeah. I'm your app. Yeah. What the fuck you need? Anything you need, I got you. I'm your application, baby. Second of all, do you know that that's my friend? She's like, yeah. I was just reaching out to him, just trying to see, you know, say hi. It wasn't anything. It was innocent. Whoop. So I'm like, look, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt that might have been innocent, whatever. You're just probably reaching out, but I still don't understand why you did it through the dating app message.
Yeah, and who else you messaging?
And who else? Yeah, do I know what I'm saying? You know,
sounds like your ex and my ex should get together because they sloppy.
It was the most baffling shit I had ever went through, and like she apologized and like, you know, made up for it, whatever. So like I had to move past it, but it was something like the situation like that had me thinking like, hold on. So what are the boundaries then? And mind you, we're 2020, we're in a new age. Like the boundaries aren't the same as they used to be, you know? So that's where I'm at with it. I was really concerned. So obviously if somebody were to holler at my ex right now and I'm her most recent ex, I have an issue. You know, other than that, if she had dated somebody else, or when she does date somebody else or whatever, and I date somebody else, then I feel like, okay, I've had enough time and closure to move past it and to put her in a category of, yeah, that's an old ex, but she's just cool now. Right. We just cool. She's nobody to me anymore.
Yeah, I agree for sure.
Yeah, you got any last thoughts on that one? I know that's a hammer right on the nail, but it was for me too because I went through that same shit and it was the weirdest shit. Like for me, it was weird. But being a man, we have double standards. Like when it happens to us, we're like,
see, but I feel like with girls going for like friends and exes, like girls are gonna be more salty than guys are gonna be.
Yeah, I
like
see.
Really, because girls are more emotionally attached. Whereas, I mean, nowadays, like, do you know how many guys I know that have been with their homies? Like, I know so many people in these groups. Like, oh yeah, she been with him and him. Like, there's so many homie hoppers around here for real. Yeah. When it comes to females.
Yeah, I got a close relative that dated a girl, and things weren't the best, obviously. They had their troubles and then back and forth and cheating, infidelity on both sides or whatever. But she ended up, out of revenge, mind you. Women, please stop revenge fucking. Please. Oh, it does not work. God, it does not work.
Guys do it too.
Guys, please stop. I'll tell you both. Guys, please stop revenge fucking. It does not work. No, okay, now that we got both clear. She, out of revenge, went and fucked his, or sorry, not his, went and fucked my relative's best friend.
Oh, no.
Best friend. Knew him. They were dating, hung around, like the whole shit. Dated, and then got pregnant.
Oh, no.
Boom. Made a stupid ass decision, and the consequences came.
That probably ruined a friendship.
It ruined the friendship because she came to my relative talking about, I know I fucked up. I'm so sorry, but you're the one I want to be with. You're the one I love. You're the one I want to raise this baby. My relative is like, you have me fucked off. Chopped, if you think that's how it's gonna go. But like you said, women are emotional. Yeah. She honestly made a mistake, and she honestly wanted to repent for that and be with the one she knew she should have been with.
That's why we gotta stop acting out of emotion.
Exactly,
but fucking off emotions.
Exactly, but she fucked up so bad that now they burned the whole bridge, and now there's, like you said, now they have that jealous, petty ex relationship now because you did me so crazy. I'll never be able to get over that.
Yeah,
you know.
Y'all just need to stay off social media. That's what causes all the jealousy. For real. Like, y'all break up. delete them off social media and keep them deleted. Don't be going on your best friend's page to see what they just posted. Yeah. Like, get over it. Move on with your life. You guys called it quits. Move on.
There's plenty of fish in the sea. Yeah. As long as you got yourself a strong fishing reel. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You got to have a strong fishing reel. If your game ain't strong, you just going to end up broken relationship after broken relationship. You know, you got to stay strong. All right. That being said, we appreciate y'all tuning in to Shado After Dark with us here. It was a great episode. Make sure you guys go onto our social media, Facebook, Shado After Dark, Instagram, Shado_AD, and you guys comment, message us. You know, if you want to be a guest, if you have topics you guys want us to cover, please post. We will interact with you guys, okay? And it was a great one today. I am Shado, the gold-toothed villain, leader of the Water Nation, the Zion Panther, the new black love doctor in town. And I got my co-host with me, Jenno.
My name is Jen Ontai, O-N-T-A-I. I'm the founder of Heal, helping everyone achieve love, where I want you to find yourself and love yourself.
Yes, make sure you guys tune in, musicclan.com, MUZIC.com. Make sure you guys check out the YouTube, Music Clan Media, YouTube. And you know we keep it love, raw, one love. Peace.